So new to Florida or just bought a home near the coast, then this is for you. Hurricane season does run from June through November, kind of a long time, and being prepared is not optional, it's just part of life down here in Florida. Today I'm walking you through what every homeowner should do before, during, and after a hurricane here in the Florida Panhandle. So real quick story before I get too far, and then we'll dive into some of those points. But September 2020, before I lived here, me and my family were down here visiting, vacationing on Pensacola Beach. I was bragging to my friends how Pensacola Beach is this small strip of land between two bodies of water and it's beautiful. Till Hurricane Sally, maybe you've heard of it, hit. And we were on the beach. The locals said, stay here, you'll be just fine. We stayed there for 3 days. As the water filled up, the house was shaking back and forth like you're on a boat, and we were terrified. I thought it was the end of my life here. Luckily, we were okay. Everything was fine, other than a few blown transformers, and we saw the deck blow off the house right in front of us. Other than those few freaky things, I would not recommend a hurricane or going through one. And I actually looked at Florida math is, if it's a category 1 through 3, then that's basically a thunderstorm. But for me, Sally was a hurricane 2, just below a 3. And I think anything more than that, and I'm out. Guys, you have to see this main road out of here. This is the main road. So we have this, and I think every bridge on the way out of here is closed. So we might be down here in Pensacola Beach for a little while. So wish you were here with us. And number 1 is know your hurricane season basics. So June 1st through November 30th is hurricane season, with the majority of those days being early August through October. So you're gonna wanna be aware in those seasons that maybe it's a little heightened activity for hurricane season. But hurricanes are different than tornadoes. Where I came from was Missouri, and more of that tornado alley. So I'm used to that, where they notify you on the news, you have the tornado sirens, and you have within 15 to 30 minutes to get in your basement, get all the pillows, lock yourself in, and listen to the radio. I did that growing up. But hurricanes give you a little bit more notice, actually a lot more notice. About 2 weeks out, you start hearing about storms coming into the Gulf. It's about 7 days before they're naming them. You start learning about spaghetti models and the cone that's coming through. So you have plenty of notice, so you have time to make a plan. If a storm is currently headed to you, you're watching this video because you researched what do I do for a hurricane. I'm sorry, hang in there. We're gonna come up with a plan, make sure that you stay safe. And number 2 is build your hurricane kit early. Do this ahead of time and it'll save you a lot of stress. First thing is get water, 1 gallon per person for 3 to 7 days. Get non-perishable food also for that 3 to 7 day period. You're gonna wanna have flashlights, batteries, phone chargers, back up to those batteries so you can charge those. First aid kit, medications if you need them. Cash is always good to have in hand. A manual can opener, because when you don't have those little pull tabs on those cans, you wanna be able to open that manually if the power does go out. Gas for your generator, propane, and also charcoal for your grill. That's a good thing, is because if you do lose power, your freezer stuff doesn't have long to go. So you would be able to use some of the freezer food, throw it on the grill, cook it all up, share with the neighbors. Pet food supplies and important documents, put those in waterproof bags. And number 3 is prep your property. You're gonna wanna trim back any trees that are overgrown. You're gonna want to bring up any furniture, loose items like grills, the loose furniture, Adirondack chairs, if I'm saying that word correctly. But bring all that inside. If not inside, up next to the house. It'll save that as wind projectiles, where it's gonna throw those anywhere. So do that. Know how to secure the windows for your home. A lot of places have hurricane shutters, fab shields. You have different options around here that you can put over the windows. Maybe you have impact windows and don't even need to worry about it. That's also a really good feature here. Clean out your gutters and downspouts, because when the heavy rains come in, you don't want those breaking. And know how to shut off your water and electricity just in case things get a little crazy. If it's a water pipe break or something that is a surprise, you want to be ready for that, to know how to kill the power. And one other step is take photos of all of your goods that are inside the house. Take a few room photos so you can know what all of your stuff is. If you have any insurance claims later down the road, you're gonna want to be able to prove that of what you have to insure. Number 4 is prepare your vehicles. Make sure they have at least half a tank of gas full, ready to go for this season, because if you do need to get out of town, knowing that your gas tanks are full, ready to go, means you won't have to stop and sometimes wait in excessive lines. So you don't want anything holding you up from getting out of here. So as soon as they name a storm come into your area, that's when you know it's getting serious. So make sure you start doing that half tank. Make sure it's at least half full. Number 5 is stay informed and connected. You're gonna wanna make sure that you have all the latest apps and technology that help you know where this storm is at and what to expect. So download some of those apps. You've got Florida Storms, My Radar app. You can also follow NOAA. It's a national hurricane app, and they'll tell you the ins and outs on what to expect with that, what the hurricane level is up to. There's also one of my favorites is Mike's weather page. You can find him on Facebook. He gives up-to-date current info on the hurricanes that are coming to town. He also goes in his truck into the middle of these hurricanes. It's kind of wild to watch, but he's a good one. He'll break it down, and you will learn a lot about how hurricanes work, how they function, and what to be prepared for. Also have a battery-powered radio just in case. So if you do lose power, you want to have something that keeps going, that you can keep listening to the different apps and then local news. Number 6 is know your home's risk level. So each home is a little bit different. So you want to know what your home is rated for as far as roof and windows. Are you in a flood zone? That's important. What kind of insurance coverage do you have? Make sure everything is set and in place before the storm does hit, just in case. Number 7, and to me this is pretty obvious, but if you're told to evacuate, then go. If I'm told to evacuate, get me out of there. If they do tell you that, be ready. You're gonna wanna have a go bag packed, ready to go. So you could just have it by the back door, ready, pick it up, hit the car, go ahead and make plans to get out of town. Know where you're going to. If you have any friends that are a little bit further north, a little bit further away from the storm, go there. That's a good safe place to be. Or if you are booking a hotel, try to do that ahead of time. At least get it booked. And you can always cancel, but get it booked because they will fill up. Hotels will fill up really quick, and you want to make sure that you have a spot to go to. And as another option, it would be good to know where your local shelters are as well, just in case you need those as a backup plan. And number 8, this is just a few bonus tips from a local here. So you're gonna wanna have a toolbox handy with some of the main supplies like duct tape, tarp, screwdrivers. Just have that ready to go in case you need it. You never know what's gonna happen. For the locals around here, a lot of them make sure that they have a cooler full of ice and also other drinks for your drinking pleasure when it comes to a hurricane. A lot of people use that as an excuse to have a house party around the area. Fill up a bathtub full of water, and that's not for drinking. Ew, that's gross. Don't drink that water. But if you do need to flush a toilet, you can always transfer that into the back of the tank of the restroom to use it to flush. That's a great tool, and it's gonna help keep the smell down. You may want to consider lowering the level of your pool because when a lot of rains come in, it might overfill, which isn't always great. And also keep extra fuel in your gas tank. So if you do have a generator that is fuel, you're gonna wanna make sure you have that ready to go, so that way you can keep that thing running, keep your house as cool as possible. Also have a portable AC so you can plug it right into the generator to keep your house cool, because after storms come through, a lot of times it's really hot and humid. So if you can keep that AC running, that's gonna be a huge benefit. Hurricanes are very serious, but a very common thing around here in Florida, which is unfortunate, but being prepared is what you can best do to serve you when it comes to hurricane season. So get all of those tools ready to go, so that way we can go into hurricane season knowing that you're ready, I'm ready to go just in case, and we're just hoping for no hurricanes to hit here in 2025. Also 2026, let's just say that. Give us a couple years of a break from hurricanes because they are intense. Nobody wants to go through them. I hate seeing when they do go through different areas of Florida. Make sure you're prepared. If you are moving to the area and want to talk about real estate, buying a house, getting your house ready for hurricanes, however I can best assist you, I'm a realtor here in the area. We love helping people move here to Florida and the Emerald Coast. So if that's you, reach out. Let's book a Zoom call. I'd love to get to know you you and know exactly what you're looking for here at the Emerald Coast. But if not, make sure you like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be showing you all things ins and outs of the Emerald Coast. My info is all below in the description box, so you can get a hold of me anywhere there. And I look forward to chatting with you soon. Have a great one. I'll talk to you later.